Welcome to this week's live video. How is China, the world's largest oil importer, faring as the Iran war intensifies? Probably better than you think. China's taken a number of steps, some recent, some going way back, that have prepared them for this very moment. Last week, China started to limit exports of refined oil and gas. China is the third largest exporter of oil and gas to in the region. Not only is it the world's largest oil importer, but it also has significant domestic reserves and has been an exporter as well. But the real big news this week relates to the Strait of Hormuz. As Trump said to Fox News just recently, ships stranded near the strait need to, quote, show some guts and push through the channel, not be afraid. Trump said, there's nothing to be afraid of. They have no navy. We sunk all their ships, the U.S. president said, referring to Iran. In reality, Iran, of course, has sunk some 10 ships, oil tankers, in or near the strait in recent days. But what's interesting is latest numbers come out showing that Iranian oil is continuing to go through the strait, all of it bound for China. What are the numbers here? 11.7 million barrels of crude oil have passed, of Iranian crude oil have passed through the Strait of Hormuz since the war began, all bound for China. That's about 1.22 million barrels per day. So Iran is doing its best to continue to supply its largest and by far most important energy partner. That's not to say that China's happy with what's happening there. That number is down about half of what it was in February. But the Iranian oil continues to flow to China. Of course, China isn't just relying on that. In recent years, they have been expanding their energy trade with Russia, and they have been stockpiling. We see that in the first 2 months of this year, crude oil imports into China surged by 16%. China now has a massive oil reserve, estimated to be 1.2 billion barrels of crude. That's enough for China to get by for probably 3 to 4 months, according to the Atlantic Council. Probably even more importantly is China, of course, as we know, has been dramatically diversifying its energy base. It has some of the world's largest coal reserves, which it continues to use. It has the world's largest supply base of solar panels, production of solar panels and wind turbines. And of course, China has been moving aggressively to rely more on electricity rather than on oil for its needs. Most notably, China now has the world's largest manufacturing base for electric vehicles and also the largest market in the world for electric vehicles. China also has the world's largest energy grid. So that's where they stand right now. They don't want this to continue, but they're about as well positioned as any country in the world to deal with the Iran war and its impact on the global energy supply. That's it for this week. Tune in at the usual time next Thursday.